Hello and welcome to CWC Round 6 in Monaco, the famous, prestigious Monaco. I feel like a lot of drivers will be either highly anticipating or highly dreading this round. I don't know what else I can really say about Monaco. It's track known for its difficulty to overtake, its need for absolute precision at every single corner and every single lap. And we have 18 drivers here today who are going to show us how they navigate it. Last time out in Spain, there was a lot of crashes, a lot of spinning, a lot of front wing damage, and Spain's not the tightest of tracks, so expect to see even more if you tune into Spain. The biggest shock, well not shock, but the biggest absentee is obviously Jarno. He's been dominating the championship. He won in Spain handily. So it's going to be up to Zach, really. He's going to be the man we'd expect to take this race win as he follows his teammate Bouge out of the pits. I've got a bit of a cold, so if I sound like absolute garbage, that's me in general, but the cold is adding to it. Bouge going AI and his AI car almost putting him in the wall. People sit on their outlaps right now. This track is going to be... Oh, it's very odd there from Jorrit. This track is going to be very difficult to find space in qualifying. It's going to be very difficult to give space in qualifying. A lot of drivers are going to, unfortunately, be end up getting held up on their laps as Jorrit tries desperately to warm up his tires. Speaking of warm up tires, overheating is a big issue here. Hypersofts, naturally, those will barely not overheat around the best of tracks, but even the ultrasofts here, after maybe almost 10 laps, they'll start to get a bit toasty as well. So yeah, this track is especially around this game, it's so difficult to know what the best strategy was. I was in a league race here once. I got pole position and the guy in 5th place pit early. Never did I see him at any point. All of a sudden, he had undercut me. So, strategy here is going to be more important than it is for most races, I believe. On board with Jorrit, we're going to ride on board with Jorrit for this lap because I know he's good around here. Let me copy the stream link into the chat. Oh, as Jorrit tags the wall there, that's not going to help his lap time. It's early doors, but not going to want too much of that in this session or in the race. Looks a nice and tidy lap apart from that little excursion with the wall. Zach puts a 108.9, which I think drivers will struggle to beat as Jorrit pulls into the pit. So he was not happy with his lap. He's gonna get on another set of boots and give it another go. So Zach leads this session early doors. Matty in 2nd, Bouge in 3rd. It wasn't the best of races for Bouge last week. He was looking all good until I think he just crashed on his own, if I recall. And, yeah, it was curtains for him. No points. So he's in 3rd place now. I imagine he would not mind starting there at all one bit. That would be a very good position for him to start. And Raf also had a very nice qualifying last week in Spain. I think he went on a 2-stop. Not sure if I'm remembering correctly. I think he might finish on the podium. I don't know. Sorry, Raf. Oh, so we've had multi-power. Or I'll just call him Power. Crashed out of the session already. I just saw his car spawning out of the track. Very odd place to crash as well. It looked like he was sort of past the chicane as Raf pulls into the pits. He's finished his lap at 1:12.0. So all the drivers back into the pits except for Oros. That's very strange to see all the drivers back into the pits. They all just seem to have put one lap of fuel and gone back into the pits, which is odd around Monaco, because around Monaco you can definitely set more than one lap. Your ERS and your fuel will definitely allow it, and the tires, while they do overheat, they won't give out in terms of wear after one lap. So drivers, maybe since it's early, they just care about setting that one lap and going back in. But definitely ought to see only Oros setting the other lap. And in fact, he pulls into the pits. On the board with Jochum. Jochum, I believe I can riding on board with him. I believe he's on a pad, and obviously I'm a bit biased, but this track around Monaco, this track with a pad, definitely not the best experience. As Zach kindly gets out of Jochum's way, expertly, no harm done. Ooh, you see Jochum really struggling to turn, get that car rotated around the nose hairpin. We'll hop off board for a second now, and again puts us right back on board. Thank you. Fucking getting very close to the wall there, as you're supposed to do, really. As close as you dare. Tabak takes that nice... It's been a decent lap from Jochum, to be fair. Nice and tight through Raskas. Through Anthony knows and powers across the line. Yeah, he goes into third. That was a very good lap from Jochum. He's about to start his lap, I believe. Let me get the... Yeah, he's about to start a lap. I believe Assassin was on the lap, or he's... No, he's not. Cola gets himself up into 9th. Good job from him. Rouge, I believe, got a new wheel today, so whether he's using it, I don't know. Ooh, right on the curb as he brakes. Right on the curb as he exits, too. I think that was invalidated, yeah. He backed off of that one. Well, look at Jorrit now. He's, on the supers. I don't think he'll be starting on those. And you have another driver out of the session in West. Not sure where that was, and that's GS, who I believe probably nicked his rear wheel off of Anthony Nose. I think that was him starting a lap, actually, so not the best way to set up a lap. Yeah, he's lost his front wing too, so yeah, I think... I'm not too sure, but I imagine he'll be pitting into the pits. Big shout, though. As Bouge gets in his way, unknowing that he has no front wing. Right on board with Chris in 5th place. Session for him so far, I believe he's setting up a lap. Or he's entering... Yes, he's entering the pits. Oh, Rafix, I believe that was a cut. Or maybe just a bit of lag. He just completely bulldozed into that corner. As GS has had a spin. GS is out, actually. Yeah, not a very good few laps for GS. I think, again, he might have just tagged the wall, and that time he's lost more than his front wing. He's lost a wheel. Yes, Raf does pull into the pit, so I imagine he cut. Matty on the lap. He navigates the hairpin very... Oh, I say very well. He had a bit of a loss of back end there. He's actually lost a bit of his front wing too. So, I'll expect him to put into the pits unless he's somehow happy with this lap. He is. He's going to keep going. It's been an improvement for Matty. It will. 11-0. Fair play. Even with that front wing damage. Jocko comes back out to set another lap. Keep an eye on him. He lost him in the Sauber. Don't believe he's on a lap unless he's just taking it very cautiously. So we're right back on board with Jochum. He's dropped down to 5th after, I believe, Russ. Yeah, that was Ruslan who improved on his lap. 11-1 from Russ. Ooh, Jochum's so close to the wall there. You saw him have to just take a few bites at that corner. Not the best lap from Jochum. The car's gotten away from him there, and I imagine he's going to pull into the pits. Now he's going to keep on going. Will this be an improvement? Car's looking very slidey compared to his first lap. He's not. He's 3/10 down. Here comes Bouge. Is he starting a lap or... Yeah, he's starting a lap. Coleman. About to finish his lap. Looks like it'll be an improvement. It is. So 1:10.8. Very good lap from Coleman. More than an improvement. He takes second spot off of Zach, who hasn't improved on his time, but it's still looking good enough for pole. Assassin. Cola's on the lap. We'll look at Bouge. He comes to the enters the third sector now. Very deep into Raskas. Put everything he had into that one. Bouge crosses the line. 10-6. He takes second place off Coleman. Lap times are tumbling fast for the positions just beyond first place. They're all sort of starting to eke onto Zach's time. Well, I imagine Zach will be itching to improve. Where were the Cola? I think... No, he did not improve. Well, he didn't... No, he didn't. I think he improved, but it was invalid. So he's going to have to give it another go. Oro's coming into the hairpin chicane now. Assassin's on the lap. Jora yet to set a lap. Surprisingly. I lost him into the pits as well. This class has finally set a lap and he's just completely getting out of people's way. He's parked. Here comes Zoros. He improves 112.8 into the top 10. I think Biggie's going to be helping people to improve on their laps because starting 10th after a DNF in the session is not ideal in the slightest. Cola, I don't believe he's on the lap. Looking nice and tidy from Cola, the first sector. I think he's a 10th and a half up. Oh, here's the wall there from Jochum to start his flying lap. Again, not the ideal way to start a lap. Ruslan showing 210, so it's been a good first sector from him. Oh, he taps the wall again. Driver is just seemingly losing concentration mid-corner and just he shouldn't really need to. He still managed to take the chicane very well though, so who knows, maybe he can improve all the way back with that loss of downforce. Yeah, he's losing out on time, I think, if I can see that correctly. Will he keep on going with this lap though, or will he pull into the pits? Yeah, he will keep on going, so he actually was up. Oh, he's hit the wall there again. That looks like a lot of front wing he's lost. Will he improve? Nope. Maddie's called it a day, or he's crashed out, either or. He's going to end this session at best 5th place. Jort's finally set his lap. He's up into P3, 10-7. Here comes Coleman. (10-6). He just misses out on Boosh. He's half a tenth down. Zach is on a lap. Will he improve on his 9? On his 8, 9 rather. That's not ready. No, he hasn't. From Jordan. I think he's on another lap. It looks like he's 2/10 up. Nice and tight out of Anthony Nose. And Jordan, yep, he takes second, 10-4 from Jordan. Very good lap. Drew's in the pit, so he's gonna do it in that best 3rd place. Here comes Joko missing his front wing still. Nelson is done. Coleman, I think, is the last driver. Set a lap in this session. I don't think it's going to improve his weaving. He's run out of fuel yet. No improvement for Coleman. He's going to finish his session in 4th place. Good quality from him. And that will do it for quali. Zach takes pole. He did improve on his lap, an 8-2 from him. Almost 2 seconds ahead of 2nd place Jordan. So that will do it for qualifying. Two Belgians on the front row. Zach ahead of Jordan by over 2 seconds. Bush takes up third place ahead of Coleman. Matty in fifth. Russ in sixth. Joachim in seventh. Good result for him. Ralph in eighth. I think he'd be disappointed with that. RG, didn't say much about him in this session, but he's going to line up in ninth. And 10th place is Chris. Starting on the tire of their choice will be Oros, Biggie, who crashed out. Cola in West, who crashed out. Class, Assassin, Baltai Power, who crashed out. And Elosim, who was unable to set a lap. So, as we ready to go into the session, hopefully we don't have any issues like we did last week. We had to start the lobby all over again. That was very annoying. 45 minutes of grueling torture for some of these drivers. They slug it out in Monaco. One of the worst things in the world is being stuck behind a slower driver around here, unable to overtake. One of the worst things in the world. You start to get impatient, you start to get desperate. Before you know it, you're lunging it down into the chicane or into the hairpin, and you're taking both of yourselves out. Drivers gonna have to just keep cool and pick their moment, because they just need that one chance. Because, as I said, this track is very difficult to overtake on. Don't need me to tell you that. It's quite obvious. So we'll check the tires. As Jora and Booch collide. If you see DSQ, that means they're only DSQ from the formation lap and not the actual race. So, outside of the top 10, we have Super Softs for Oros, Cola in West, Assassin, Power, Biggie, and Elosim. Ultras for Class. So, almost everyone except Class actually started the Super Softs. Very interesting decision there. I thought everyone would start on the Ultras for sure. Only one person doing that outside the top 10, that is. Jordan is also starting on the Ultras, as is Matty, so that's good luck for them to get up that far. So here we are, lights out. Well, lights on rather, lights out now. The way we go. Zach's gotten a good start. Jordan won't be able to challenge him. Boog's gonna challenge Jordan though. Great start from Boog. Down the inside, Jordan's gonna hang it. Jordan's gonna go into the wall. Jordan's gonna lose his front wing. Jordan's gonna take Boog with him, and that is an almighty crash. Oh no! Oh no! That is a huge incident there. Front wings all over the place. Stricken cars. Booge is out of this race, as is Class. Elosim is stranded. Oh, an awful start. Well, that's a safety. I think that's a safety car. Yep, as it has to be. My goodness me. How Jorah is still in third position with what looks like no front wing damage is a literal minor miracle. Unless that is a bit of front wing damage. Still, how he's only in third position, that shocks me. Biggest winner naturally is Colo. Wow, what an awful crash that was. So, I also saw in the chat that Jordan actually held up Booze on his lap, so Not only is George held up Bush, collided with him on the formation lap, but he took him out in the race. Yeah, George's gonna get a bit of a mouthful, I imagine, from him. Crazy start that was. So is this a safety car or virtual safety car? Unfortunately, as I said, my TV's a bit weird. I wasn't able to see the full screen. And it looks like, yeah, it was a virtual, so off we go again. Russ into the pits, as is Raf, as is Cola. A lot of drivers in the pits. Jockham's not in the pits. Cola's in the pits. RG's in the pits. Sass is in the pits. Blossom's in Narnia. He's nowhere near anyone else. Is he gonna come? Yeah, I think he is gonna come to the pits. Yep. So many drivers in the pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drivers entered the pits after that lap. 3 drivers out of the race. Chaos is all I can say. As Zach improves on his lap, pulls away. George chases down Colo. Joachim hunts down Maddie. And right in the back of Oros is West. He's had a terrific start. So position changes. Wow. Actually, not just West. Biggie's had an amazing start. He's gained 10 places. How on earth has he managed to do that? From 16th to 6th place for... from 17th to 7th place for Biggie. That is an unreal amount of positions gained in Monaco of all places. Obviously, he's gotten past that huge crash. He's on skate. Oh, as I say that, he's into the pits. Oh, I don't know if that's a commentator's curse or what, but off he goes into the pits. And West, actually Maddie follows him, so I think they might have had an incident after the initial crash. Is Biggie going to keep his position? He is. Biggie's only going to lose 1 place, or 2 places, to his teammate. So not all terrible for Biggie. He's only lost 2 places. Already we're seeing big gaps forming. As Joy hunts down Coleman still. And Cole on the back of Maddie. All of that, Cole somehow staying in the exact same position he started in. Maddie's the biggest loser out of all this. Maddie and GS basically switch circumstances. One is up 8 positions, one is down 8 positions. So, it's a long race, a lot of work to be done. A lot that can happen. We could have another safety car, we could have another few safety cars. If it continues like that first lap. We're right about with Jordan, who's actually gotten past Colo. I'm sorry I missed that. I don't know how he's managed that, but must have been a decent overtake from Jordan. He's back into the position he qualified in 2nd place. As Biggie gains another position with Joachim pits. Imagine that's for a front wing change. That was. A lot of drivers in the pits. Oros in there as well. For Monaco, not disappointing when it comes to in terms of carnage. Many drivers just see themselves without a front wing after a few laps, whether it be their fault or someone else's. It's not an uncommon occurrence. We're also on the back of Biggie. Biggie, I believe, actually, yeah, exactly the pit. We're also just coming off the back of Biggie. We're going to look to try and get past, but as I said, everything is very difficult. The more impatient you get, the more desperate you get. And something like that could lead to another incident from right with Daddy. It's not had the... Sorry, not right with Daddy, sorry. It's Ruslan, I don't know what I'm on about. Big incident for, geez, my mind was completely somewhere else. Big incident for, Ruslan if he ends up getting a bit too desperate on the back of Biggie. My mind completely wandering. My daddy is a driver in a different league I'm commentating in, so that's what I was thinking of. He's not actually my daddy, as Biggie and Russ go into blows, and yeah, that's not ending well for Russ at all. He's lost his front wing, pushing Biggie through the lowest hairpin, and we have two more drivers in the pits. The two Mercedes are in the pits. Jochum really not having the best of times. That's his second pit stop already. I mean, look at stops. Yeah, 2 stops for Jochum and Cole. They keeping their Mercedes pit crew busy. West. Oh, very good start from him. Up into his 5th place. After crashing out on Paulie on his debut, actually, I forgot to mention. West is competing on his debut. So a good job from him. Up 8 places, as is Biggie. On those super soft tires. Hunting down a hyper soft brother of Chris. These tires may already be going off. Chris goes a bit deep. Did he let him through, or was that a mistake from Chris? Either way, West is through. And the Williams pairing of Dweller and Yarno, who were both unable to attend today, were probably pretty impressed by their reserve, their replacements, who are doing a very fine job in 3rd and 4th. Especially West on his debut. I believe this isn't Colorad's debut, I'm not too sure. Closest gap we have is still Russ. Russ and Maddie actually. Russ has gone past Biggie. He may have stopped again, did he? No, he didn't. Saying Biggie didn't stop. I swear Biggie did stop. Never happened. Biggie's having issues. He has no front wing. Well, if he didn't stop before, he's stopping now. Archie's now up into 9th place. Yeah, how was Russ coming on the back of Matt? Well, Matty must have made a mistake or something, because I'm sure Russ was a good bit away from him. And Matty's now pulling away from Russ again, so it must have been a mistake for the Red Bull driver. Biggie comes out 4.5 seconds behind Jochum. Is the pits comes Chris? We're not scheduled, or is that for a wing change? Looks like both, possibly. This is on the super soft tires. He should be able to go to the really super soft tires. Should be able to go to the end on the ultra soft tires, so you have to pit again, I imagine. You can drop all the way down to 8th place. We have Cole on the back of Biggie. So, big gap spreading throughout the field. Into the lean period here. We had so many pit stops already. A lot of drivers in the wall. Crazy season the first lap. With Jochum and Jordan tangling. Sorry, not Jochum and Jordan. Booge and Jordan tangling. And you have Booge in the wall. And Booge collecting a few other drivers and ending his race. We saw about 9 drivers in the pit lane. But 7 drivers leaving. 2 of them out in the race. Yeah, 4 of them out of the race. Yeah, I'll have a few drivers in the pit lane. Thomas had a spin. He clipped the rear end into the chicane there. Spins his car right round, looking to get nothing more than just a spin. Next up to pit this corner is Couple Fires. He was safe for Coda. He's parked in the chicane. That's lap cars only as a mistake. I think he was letting lap cars through. So it's all gone terribly wrong for Coda, down in last place. His teammate ahead of him, so not good for Mercedes. There's nothing promising, but not anymore. Here's Matty and Raph. Matty going very deep through there. Did not give a chance to Raph. No, Raph was able to take the corners nice and tight as he would have liked to. Might going very deeply, I think that's turn 3. Almost giving 60 car of Raph. Anyway. Right above his VQ, see me cannot get close enough to the back of Matty to really make a tangible move. I'd say that, he put his around Rascast, what do I know? Matty ducks into the pits. He's calling it there on those tyres in GF and Hertz in position. First guy we have on track, and really not many, is Rustin chasing down Argy. Rustin showed some very good pace, but he's very unfortunate in terms of His front wing being intact. Looks solid around here for sure. And he's going to try and impose his wrath on RG. This one looking very planted to the section of corners, having to accommodate for RG's speed. Such the difference between those two right now. Here we go. Here comes Russ. Here we go for it. RG's not going to defend. On the inside goes Russ. And they leave enough room, yeah they do. Oh, and Matty gets himself involved. This will be tasty. Down the inside to back. That ends the only place that was going to end in the wall. And that's footling down to both of them. Bit messy. It seemed none of them really wanted to give that one up. And yeah, Matty takes position off of RG and definitely controversial circumstances. And here comes RG to get on a fresh set of boots and change his wing. I imagine he's changed his wing. No, he's not. RG comes out of the pits right behind a car, which is one thing you do not want to see in Monaco. Traffic. It's really pressurizing that car also. You have a look into the chicane here. So biggest gap on track right now, or smallest gap on track right now, is Matty following Russ. Zach has made his pit stop. He's on the ultras. He has been in traffic. The Coleman has yet to make his pit stop. Actually, I think we'll hop over with that soon because with normal circumstances we'd expect Zach to dispatch his Coleman pretty quickly, but Monaco, it's not going to go as well for him. Zach does get past though fairly easy on Coleman, man. Like I'll pull on back too hard. He knows the writing on the wall. Nice on the back as well. Smarty's going to make a move here. As he down the outside, Will squeezes him. I think that's more for wing damage for Matty. Oh, a bit messy. Matty gets amazing speed. What wings is he running? His overspeed is just ridiculous. Will's go so wide. When he makes a move stick. Oh, that's not ending well in the slightest. Oh, yeah. Both of them in the wall. RG's about 4 million miles behind. Matty's crashed. Don't know how he's managed that. And, yeah. That's happened. Under normal circumstances, that would be a safety car, but in F1 2018 circumstances, we're good to go racing. We'll just leave Matty's stricken car there. I don't know what that was. That was very weird. In the least, to say the least, rather. You see a bit of his car just sort of... Oh, I think we do have a... No, we don't have a safety car. That was just RG letting Coleman through very nice and efficiently. Chris on the back of Raph. Hopefully we can have a clean overtake for once. That would be great. Unless Raph may have just overtaken Chris, I'm not too sure. Also, Peep, Coleman and Jorrit. Coleman went out to the Ultras, I believe. And he did it really early. So, Jorrit got undercut. And, I believe Coleman has to pit again. I don't think he's going to make it to the end on those Ultras. If he does, Jorrit will be right up his chuck at that moment. But yeah, keep an eye on those two. Unless Jordan made a mistake, had to pit again. I'm not gonna lie. I have missed a lot of stuff. Well, I've caught a lot of stuff too. Namely, drivers trying to overtake each other and failing miserably, ending up with many of them in the wall. I dare look at the chat right now. Oh, it looks like no one's arguing, which is nice. But yeah. Matty, Elikim, Power, Class, and Booge all out of this race. It's Chris with a very nice run on Raph. He lost a bit of time in the third sector, but he's caught it right back up again. He gets very good traction, this Chris. He needs to use that to his advantage as Raph goes very deep. He's definitely under pressure, you can just tell. His car just barely manages to rotate around the low hairpin. Such a slow 18 corner that place. You want to go fast in an F1 car. You want to put the hammer down as soon as possible, and that hairpin is just excruciating because yep, slowest corner on the calendar. Obviously, that hairpin is just excruciating because you just can't put the power down as early as you feel you can. You have to watch out before you just slam yourself into the wall. Now, Chris is going to need to stick behind Raph better around this third sector, which he's not been able to do. Definitely lost time to hit the back and do the swimming pool. Closer this time is Chris, but not close enough, and Raph's going to keep the position for now. You have yellow flags. Assassin's DNF'd. Oh, we're down to 12 runners. Soon we're going to be in that point where all you have to do is finish the race and you're going to score points. Cola, for example, has had 3 pit stops, and he's in 12th place. Two more retirements, and he could have 10 pit stops. He's still going to get a point. And I would not be shocked if we see 2 more retirements, because that's the sort of race this has been. It's Chris loses the back end there. It's a shame because he looked like he might have set up Raph for an overtake. He was chicane. There's a lot of Red Bull on Toro Rosso action today, or vice versa. It seems drivers of those certain cars just seem to keep, or evenly matched, or just seem to keep converging onto each other. Chris is definitely closer than he was before. Needs a bit more confidence in that last corner to get as close as possible. And Raf still is unable to be overtaken due to the short nature of this track's straights. Although he's got a brilliant run out of there, out of the first corner. Raf is sitting duck, but he's gonna back out of that one as Chris. He's not desperate. He's gonna just hang back, do what he needs to do to make sure he gets his move done with at least no one in the wall, which would be great to see. He gets so close to the back of Raf, who gets so close to the front of Chris rather. Oh, Chris! Oof. That was a bit late. It was a bit of a late lunge, that was. But the most advised move is Rafa hits the wall. And that's something that was on his front right tire. And that Chris is well up his behind. Ooh, Rafa, I imagine, will be pitting, will he? Or will he try and hold Chris up? Yeah, he'll try and hold Chris up. It's going to get even more frustrating for Chris if he can't make it through on Rafa. Because with that short wing damages, the tire is going to be even slower. And Chris is going to have it even more of a hard time trying to get past because this track obviously is so tight. He's gotten close now though. Did he go for it? No. Thinks better of it wisely. Chris just pushing off through these corners. We never go through here. It looks like Raf's spin ice is very good. Ooh, so close to the back is Chris. Raf finally calls it a day on that broken front wing, and he pits. Russell caught about 6 seconds on that lap. I think he did actually catch about 5 or 6 seconds on that lap to Raf. Jordan has gotten Colo. What's happening to Colo? Oh, he's pit. That's what's happened to him. So he was on for a 2-stop. And Jordan now on the back of West, who didn't make it hard for Zach. He's going to make it really easy for Jordan. He's going to pull into the pits and give him DRS. So the best of both worlds for Jordan. Let's see where West feeds into. As I think at 5 seconds stop to go, he did, so that's going to make his pit stop even worse. It looks like he's going to come into 4th. Wow. Making stuff from West. Just from not being involved in any incidents and not crashing like a lunatic. I'm joking. But it seems like West is just overcut so many people because his driving has been nice and cautious and quick. Stayed out of the wars. And into 4th place is West. He's got a massive overcut on a few drivers. Good job from him. Now it's his teammate who's 13 seconds back. I'm not sure what the penalty situation is. Zach is out of this race. Oh my goodness. Where has he done that? Oh my god, Zach. It was in his hands. He's completely thrown that one away. Where is his car? Must have been out of the tunnel. Wow. Wow. Where on earth is that? I think his car must have despawned, but yeah, Zach, who was comfortably winning this race, is out of it. Now your new race leader is Jordan in the Force India. Now, I don't like to mention other leagues, but I know Jordan was in this position a few weeks ago in a different league. He was leaving the race, and he bottled that one, to put it plainly. I think he has to be running through his mind to just keep it calm, keep it nice and cool, and you'll be a CWC race winner. Wow, Zach out of this race. An unforced error, it seems like. Chris Pitt, it looks like. Yeah, Chris Pitt. So Russell's got his 4th place. Wes is in the podium now. Great debut for him. And yeah, looks like Chris. Not sure if he's going to have the pace on Russell to catch him up again, but I'm sure he'll give it a good go. He's wrapped out in 6th place. Not a bad result for him if he manages to keep it, which he should. Because RG is 24 seconds back. From RG is 22 seconds to Joachim. He's not made a nice recovery. Cola has still yet to pass. I wonder how many stops Cola's made. 3 still. He's just been very slow as he's done it. So we'll take a look at penalties. Jorrit has, I think, a few warnings probably for a collision, I'd imagine. This is not a penalty. Cullen does have a penalty. West has a penalty. 2 penalties, actually. Ruslan has only 2 warnings. Chris, penalty. Raf, 2 penalties. RG. So it looks like, yeah, Ruslan isn't really under threat from Chris because Chris has a penalty. Ruslan's about 4 seconds up the road. Zach just messaged me saying if I saw that. I unfortunately didn't catch it. What happened to him? Apparently Biggie crashed him out. So that seems. Apparently GS Biggie took him clean out of the race. You know what? That's Raph. Sorry, Raph. Don't mean to wrongfully accuse you. Well, yeah, apparently Biggie crashed him out. And that's going to be a huge serious inquiry after the race if that's true. And obviously Jordan had his incident with Boo, so we'll see if Jordan even keeps his win. Could be a win for Coleman if things go his way. Wow, awful look for Zach if Biggie took him out. The lap car of Biggie. Oh, that was very deep from Colo. He's just blown up his front wing. That's going to make it very difficult for him. And if he does get... Actually, I was checking this. West has a penalty, isn't he? Colo has a penalty. Colo's going to have to try and not get another one because I imagine West will chase him down. West has 2 penalties, actually, so he'll take something. So yeah. One thing I want to point out is that one more retirement and Koda's going to get points. Which would be a miraculous... what's what I'm looking for? A miraculous... ending to his race, because it's not gone well for him in the slightest. Yeah, Wes is chasing down Coleman at the speed of 1,000 knots. I think he's going to be right at the back of him towards the end of this race. We have about 10 laps left. So yeah, good luck Coleman, because your teammate is chasing you right down. It's like he's taking about 2 seconds out of him. Or 3 seconds out of him. It's one lap alone. Zach is understandably having a bit of a breakdown in my DMs after being taken out of the race. I do feel for him. That is not a good feeling to have at all, especially having led pretty much every single lap. And for it to be a lap car who took him out pretty much every single lap. Yeah, Wes is... Yeah, Colin's pit. He'd have to pit. Wes just chased him down for 3 seconds. That was crazy. As we have a virtual... Yeah, it's Cola. Cola's out of this race, unfortunately. So the dream wasn't to happen for the poor Mercedes driver, and he is out of this race. Only 10 finishers we're going to have if no one else retires, that is. It's a good time for Cola to pit. Indoor virtual. Oh, Oros is out of this race now. He's still got crashed under a virtual safety car. And yeah, we have 9 finishers as it stands. Yeah, and there we go, green flags now. We probably didn't have another one for Oros' car. That was quite the place to crash. It seems Coleman got put on his old set of Ultras. So, pretty unfortunate for him. Since he's done 16 laps on them. Oof. You can tell he's done 16 laps on them. Bit of a moment out of the first quarter there. I would like to remind all drivers that this league is called Casual Weekend, not Casual Weekday Championship, so try not to get too angry in the chat afterwards. Keep it nice and civil. Ooh, Coleman into the wall there. Yeah, those tires are not in good shape at all. Probably overheating too. West is closing that gap on Jorrit, so fair play to him. He's definitely showing the pace. He's probably kicking himself for crashing out in qualifying, is West. And he's shown tremendous pace in that Williams. Also, let me just check to make sure his name is West. Yes, it is West, thank you. I have pneumonia. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I'm back. Not much going on, so we'll give a bit of camera time to our leader Jorrit. Actually, I say not much going on, but Jakob is chasing down Biggie for 8th place. I say chasing him down, he's right onto the back of him immediately. Oh, Big makes a mistake. Down the inside goes Jochum. That's the move done. Thanks for that bit of action, lads. I'll go back on over Jorrit, who's comfortably leading this race. I believe he's on lap 34. Or 35. He's on 35. Ooh, short there. Getting a bit out of shape. Have to be careful. 38 of 39. Jort cruising. I'm snoozing. Bars. Well, here comes Jort. He's had a flawless race pretty much after Zach's incident. I say flawless race, he did sort of blow Bougie up. But after Zach's incident, he controlled the race, he's had it nice and comfortable, he hasn't bottled. And Jort comes to take his first CWC race win of the season. A good job from him. West on his debut will take second place. Fair play to come in from Monaco, start where he did and just snag second place like that. Very good job. Third place for Coleman, who's one of the few drivers who have not been lapped. Cross line goes RG, and last across the line will be Russ, take fourth. So, they're standing, sorry. Joe at first place, West in second, Coleman third, fourth Ruslan, fifth Chris, sixth Raf, seventh RG, eighth Biggie, Jochum in ninth place, and Oros, I believe, completed 90% of the session, so I think he will take 10th. And your non-finishers are Oros, I think, Colo, Zach, Ilikim, Bouge, Class, and some other people. So that was it for CWC Monaco. It was as much of a wreck fest as I thought it would be. Only 9 finishes at the end of the day. Well done to Jordan and to the podium drivers, and I will see you next week for a track that encourages overtaking a bit more in Canada. So, yeah, mark your calendars because I don't know what else you'd want to be doing on your Tuesday nights and listening to my voice. And yeah, see you next week.